Okay, so it is currently Wednesday night as I'm sitting down to make this video, and it has been a very weird, very not excellent couple weeks, or a couple days, not a couple weeks, it's only been a couple days. I just feel like it has felt longer than it has been, whatever. So my horse started probably I think I noticed it for the first time on Thursday of last week, just not really himself. This horse has been one of the happiest, easiest, just most chill little guys I've ever worked with, and then he just started, we were kind of just fighting a little bit and not really getting along super well Friday or Thursday. Friday he was threatening to rear, just doing the most basic lateral work. I was literally just asking him to yield his right rib cage over, and he was threatening to stand up. So I had a friend video it from behind us on Friday. I will include that video. Saturday, I think I gave him Saturday off. Sunday, he was also terrible. Monday, he was also terrible. I gave him Tuesday off, and then today was just the peak disaster. So I will include those videos. The first one I'm going to show is Friday, and we're just going to talk it out. We're just going to go through the disaster together because it has been a week and it's been a day. Okay, so it actually really doesn't look as bad on video as it felt in real life, but you can just see the tail ringing, the head tossing. I'm literally just asking him to get off my right leg, and he was just getting so mad. And again, it doesn't look bad, but it felt incredibly explosive, which is not in this horse's nature. He kept trying to throw his hips out the gate, and then you can see I throw my elbows forward. That's because I'm trying to make sure I'm not pulling on him, because I have accidentally flipped a horse on me before, and that was terrifying. So right here, he just he's just so mad, and he stops, and I cannot get him forward, and so then I throw my reins at him, and I'm okay, go, we're gonna get stuck, go. So whatever, it doesn't look that bad. It felt terrible. It felt like we were moments away from exploding. So this was Thursday. This is Friday. And he's just grumpy. It does not look bad. It's not scary to me. It's not dangerous, but I'm also I know this horse. I have been riding this horse, training this horse for 8 months. This isn't normal. He's just unhappy, and he's getting really sucked behind, really stuck. So my barn owner took this video and was yeah, just he's so grumpy. And again, looking back at it, it doesn't look as bad as it felt, but I'm I know this horse, and I know that this is not in his nature. And then, this is on Sunday. I had just had again, that series of rough rides. I don't think I rode Saturday. Yeah, he had Saturday off. He had already fully bucked and ran away with me once that I did not get on video, so I had somebody film it just to see what would happen. Again, he's just super angry. He's tail ringing, he is head tossing, and then I go to add a little bit of leg. I'm maybe I'm too in his face, so I get out of his face, whatever. I add leg here, and he just dolphin leaps down the long side. And then I got grabby, so I should not have gotten grabby, whatever. I had a meltdown about this. He did this a couple more times. We did work through it. And then I was you know what? We're just going to trot this little baby crossrail course to get my mind off of things. I feel I'm almost too sucked into my dressage work, and I think that might be blowing him up. I don't know. So we're just going to trot around a little crossrail course. And we had worked through some of the, Jesus take the wheel, running away stuff. In hindsight, I'm almost maybe I should not be doing this. Looking back at the video, he is, not confident, and he's not comfortable. But in the moment, it felt okay. I just look at how much he's tail ringing. This isn't normal. This is not my little sweet angel baby. So I don't know. He doesn't look unsound. He just doesn't look comfortable. So we're thinking, is it ulcers? Is it am I training him in a way that is blowing him up? What am I doing wrong? I did just have the saddle fit. It's not that. His teeth are done. It's not that. I just what is it? Why all of the sudden is he being feral or not himself when a week ago he was perfect, right? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't know, maybe I'm overanalyzing things. Maybe this is just normal. Maybe this is just the process. I don't know.
Adorable.
That was cute though. Okay, well.
Adorable.
So all of those videos were taken, obviously not today. Today was Wednesday, and I had decided after Monday's ride that I was gonna give him Tuesday off. I did go out there, I did see him, he was lovely, he was like just hanging out with his friends, I just brushed him, like he was fine. And I was gonna put him on ulcer meds. So I did, like I picked up ulcer meds today and I was going out to go get him, and I will include all of the videos. I went to go get him, it was raining, it was wet out, and I literally could not get him to move. It took me probably a full like 10 minutes of trying to get him to move on my own. I literally could not get him to move. Didn't have my phone on me, so I left him. I walked back up to the barn, got my phone, came back. I called my barn owner. I called 2 other people that I knew were there. Could not get him to move. Then I started taking videos of what was like happening. He was fully like hanging his left hind, fully hanging it. Like I'm like, okay, he broke a stifle. Like in my head, I'm like, we're putting this horse down. Whatever. Fully panicking. So here's that video that I took basically like while sobbing. So that went on for like, it probably took another 5 minutes for people to get down there. And then it took 4 of us to get him into the barn. So I was like pulling on his lead, and then literally 3 people were like, 2 were pushing him from behind and 1 was like at his girth, kind of like acting as like leg pressure. And then it gets like really weird. He starts walking and he's just like fine. Like just, like I'll show you. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Okay. All right. He's very clearly busted, but he's not like broken leg busted.
He's not like...
You did miss my momentary, oh shit, I think he's dying.
Well, I got that new I got a new phone carrier. Like
good boy. And then, as if that wasn't like weird enough, I started walking him up the driveway, the rock gravel driveway. And he's not like 100% sound, but he, like if you weren't looking for it, if you didn't know what you were looking for, you would not think that there was anything wrong with him. So then like here's that video. Like just so weird. What is happening? Okay, snack break. So, like, I brought him in, I iced him, I looked him over. When he was standing in the cross ties icing, he was literally, like, fully load-bearing, like, would rest his opposite leg. So it was almost like once we got him moving, he was, like, pretty okay. So I iced him. I salt-soaked the hoof, just as, like, a general precaution. I talked to a couple people. I was like, I don't think that this warrants an emergency vet visit. Like, I thought about it. I kind of, like, talked to some people. I sent some people some videos. I was like, I don't think he needs to see that right now. Like, he's load-bearing. He seems alert. He doesn't seem distressed. Like, I don't think there's, like, an acute emergency happening. So I made the decision, and to not call the vet. We did, like I said, I iced him, salt-soaked the foot. We gave him bute. And then they do all live out here. We have stalls. He does not stall well alone. He stalls well okay at like shows and stuff, but he does not stall well alone. So I was like, I'm gonna take him to our little like rehab paddock that we have. We have an isolated paddock. You can see the other horses. It's just like a dry lot. And I'm just gonna turn him out by himself. Like obviously he has food, water, and shelter. And I'm just gonna leave him alone for the night. I had people check on him tonight. He seems fine. He seems like you can see in the last video of him on the driveway, he's not walking 100% normally. He is equal and even, like tracking up and under, but occasionally there's a couple steps that do hitch. Like I feel like he doesn't want to push off with it more than anything, like pushing through the back of the leg. There was a little bit of heat on the fetlock. There was nothing like obviously wrong, and once we iced him, he was worlds better. Like as I was walking him across the property to the rehab paddock, someone walked past me and was like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, where are you going? And I was like, we're putting him on the rehab paddock. And she was like, why? And I was like, explain like a little bit of what was going on. And she was like, I literally don't see anything. So like, I don't know. It was just very, very strange. So all of that to be said, I'm almost wondering if this sort of like grumpiness that he has been having all week was like the presentation of some subclinical something, like a lameness that was brewing that hadn't quite happened yet. Like I said, like subclinical symptoms of something. And maybe that's what today was. Like, I don't know. He's on, you know, no forced exercise. Obviously, I am going to reevaluate in the morning and determine whether or not, I've sent those videos to my vets. They've seen everything. She was like, I don't think I need to see him tonight. Give me a day, give it a couple days, and then we'll talk. So I am gonna go see what he looks like in the morning and reevaluate. So I have no idea if all of the bad attitude and the reactivity this week had anything to do with the pain that he was experiencing today. I have no idea if the two were both freak things. Like, I'm still gonna put him on ulcer meds because it's not going to hurt him if he doesn't have ulcers. It could be a combination of things. It could be that the two things aren't related. It could be like I've been riding like an ass and so he's acting like an ass. He could just be in a regular baby horse thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything. So that's been the week that I'm having. So that's the update. I do think it is interesting. Like, I had been telling people, I literally told my barn owner, she was the one that took that video on Monday night. I said, I think something's wrong. I think something is off with this horse. But we did all like the gait analysis, whatever. He's not like clinically lame. He's not clinically off, but I was like, something is not right. Like, I know this horse and something's not right. And then this happens today. So again, no idea if any of it's related. I don't have any answers. Hasn't seen a vet, but that is where I'll leave you. Like I said, I keep saying I don't know, but I really don't know. So I guess I will leave it here, and I will update as soon as there is anything to update on, because right now there is nothing. So also, I will say I'm watching all of this video. Like, I just finished kind of like putting this video together. I'm watching it all back. I'm so dramatic, and I know that. I know that I think that sometimes nothing is everything, and I tend to overreact a lot. So maybe this all is just a big overreaction. Maybe there was literally nothing wrong with him. Maybe he took a weird couple steps. Maybe he just like minorly tweaked something in the pasture. Like, I am the queen of overreacting. My mare that died a couple years ago, my vet used to literally tell me, because I would call the emergency line all the time, she would be like, okay, is this a real emergency or is this a Maddie emergency? Like, she literally would make that joke all the time, and all of the techs knew, like, when I called, you have to ask, like, real emergency or Maddie emergency, because I'm very dramatic, especially when it comes to my animals. There's my little doggy right there. I've taken her to the emergency room, I think 3 times in the last 6 months, because I'm just very, like, worst case scenario, all the time. So, like, maybe nothing's wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna be done now, so